Hi, and welcome to another episode of Budget Prepping. I'm your host, Dr. Matt. Today, I want to talk about the bug out bag food that you might carry. Now, food, of course, if you live in an area where you're very familiar with what plants are edible, you're probably going to be okay. If you travel with some potential gear to maybe do some mild hunting like rabbits and squirrels, yeah, great for you. But most people don't have that ability. And when it comes to budget prepping, one of the things I've done is I like getting a hold of some samples, and probably for the most part for you, so that what I can do is I can give you my honest opinion as to whether or not something's cool or not. Now, our friends at Patriots commonly offer a free 72-hour survival food kit, but you have to pay shipping. Now, I've had this for a few years. If I recall, my shipping was $15, but still, $15, I've got 3 days of food for $15. A lot of this has to do with how much calories you have, because in a survival situation, you're going to need more than 800 calories a day. You're going to need closer to like 2,000 a day to be able to live in a sustained type setting. But again, this 3-day, 72-hour kit is absolutely amazing. Now, in my book, Sustainable Living, a guide to accidental disaster preparedness, these videos are uncut because life is uncut. In my book, I talk about various options for freeze-dried food sources. Now, my wife and I, we did do the major expense of buying a freeze dryer, but if ounce for ounce, dollar for dollar, you can buy pallets of freeze-dried food for the cost of what we have in our machine, and the cost to operate it, and the cost of the food itself. Now, most of the food we freeze dry is from our own yard. Great. But again, they're really loud, and we happen to be where we're at. We happen to have enough power in an outbuilding, so we just let it run out there. But please consider taking advantage of varying suppliers that will offer inexpensive products. Now, there's kind of like, there's two major players in the market. Patriots is great, nice people. The other one is My Patriots Supply. I won't reveal now as to which one I have a preference for, but I certainly do have a preference, and you can find that preference in my book, which again, that link is below. Please like and subscribe before I forget, to be able to mark, get that identified there. That does help me, that does pay the bills, so I appreciate that. But also consider going through the links that I have below to help you navigate through the proper things that you have for what you need. But again, you got to have food somewhere, somehow. Now, I also have some other ration bars that I have found. We'll talk about those in another episode, but also their container as well. This is not in a necessary container. It does have some weight to it. So this doesn't travel in my go bag, it travels in my trunk box, which has my go bag and a few other items as well. So I would probably, in those settings, stay near my car, consume as much food as I need to, and then hit the road with the ration bars that I have in my go bag. And that's how I would get through that type of a setting. Always keeping in mind, so this is our last priority that we're talking about. We have safety, shelter, heat, water, and food. So this is our food session. And we'll talk about some additional other products as well. But again, consider the links below to be able to have you can find products that help fill out your bag or your trunk box, or even at your house, in order for you to be able to withstand disasters. Now, it used to be, for example, FEMA suggested you needed a 3-day kit in your house. Well, within a couple of days, it was a 14-day kit. And then Katrina happened, and now they say you need a 30-day kit. So you need a 30-day kit of food and water in your house. Now, one of the things, most people don't want to keep a gallon of water per person for 30 days. So that's 30 gallons per person. So a family of 4, that's 120 gallons. You don't want to do that, but you want to have a water source and water prepping stuff. And that water prepping stuff is going to be pretty important. And that'll be another episode that we have to talk about the water prepping gear. So with that, we'll sign off this time. We'll see you next round on budget prepping.